and welcome back. As you can see, we are in the kitchen today, honey. I got my Campbell soup shirt on because, honey, we about to make something that will be good. Welcome to my channel. This is Tracie Takes On. If you're new here, hello. Hey girl, hey guy, hey guy, hey girl, hey guy. Welcome. And I'm excited to have you here. I am the channel that does pretty much takes on anything beauty, cooking, that includes food, of course, cocktails, and lifestyle. So I am going to take on a seafood boil today. So this was a little mini cute one. I'm not even going to pull out my big pot to do this. And I'm also going to introduce you guys to voiceover Tracie. Y'all going to hear voiceover Tracie this time. Or I like to call her, maybe I say, the voice. So you're going to get introduced to the voice Tracie, and I am going to talk us through everything that we're going to use. So just sit back. I can tell you all the time, get your cocktail, get your popcorn, get your whatever, your dinner, whatever. Sit down and enjoy your girl and watch what we take on today. And we are taking on seafood boil, and we will be using BLove seasoning, mild, but I'm gonna jazz it up a little bit with my seasoning, as she always says you can do. So I can't wait to get into it. Like I said, I got my Campbell shirt on. So that means I'm finna get down in this kitchen and cook something quick. Again, quick dinner. This is like a weeknight, so it's just for me. I'm gonna do a little light work.
Hi guys, it's the voice Tracie, the official voiceover for Tracie Takes On. Let's get into the seafood boil, starting off with our seasoning. So you see all of our lemon pepper, garlic, ginger, Smackalicious Sauce mix, mild by B Love, Cayenne, and we are moving on to our pots. Now we got our shrimp, our Dungeness crabs. We clean those good. Moving on to shucking our corn, guys. We got to do it the old school way. I wanted fresh corn this time, so I decided to get some just normal ears of corn instead of the frozen. So I had to shuck it and peel it and everything. Or if you don't know what shucking means, that means to peel the everything off of the corn. So I have my red potatoes also that we're going to include. But you notice I have a knife with the kind of grooves on the end. It was a little tough, y'all. I couldn't hardly cut that in half, but I got it done. So we cutting our corn into threes, and then just again making sure everything is off. Then I think I did probably like around 3 ears of corn. I love it. It was so good. If y'all want to try something a little bit different, it's a sweeter taste to the corn. It's just good. It's fresh. So if you can, get you some fresh ears of corn instead of the frozen. If you can't, frozen is fine too. But I enjoyed the fresh ears of corn. And again, just cut those in threes and making sure everything is off. And so we just kind of got down with it. I think, like I said, I did like 3 ears of corn because I'm a corn person. I tear that down, and it was so good too. Notice the knife with the grooves, that made it easier to cut versus just a standard knife. So we just gonna clean and make sure we sanitize between cleaning and cutting and using different type of ingredients. We want to make sure we don't have any cross contamination. So honey, wipe down, clean as you go. So I have some mini sweet peppers as well that I want to add to this sauce, not necessarily the boil, just for my sauce. So I just cut those, and they were red, yellow, and green. Cut those and sliced them and got all the seeds and stuff out the center of it, and just slice those in strips. And so that again is gonna go in my sauce. So I just wanted a little more sweet taste to it, and I always say like a little crunch in my sauce, if that make any sense, or things that makes it hearty, I should say. So I wanted to add some of that to the equation. Make sure we got that going. So we got those red peppers in there, and we're gonna rinse those off. I did rinse them before, but I also rinse them again once I take the seeds out. Next we have our Hillshire farm beef sausages, smoked beef sausages. And so those are I like to call them my palate cleaners, because you always have your seafood and everything, and sometimes you want to cut that up when you're eating your seafood boil and have a little sausage in there. And I just use 1 pack because it's just me. I didn't even eat all of that myself. But if you're having more guests, of course, you're preparing for, you want to make sure that you have enough. So you notice I'm cutting everything in diagonally. That's just it looks prettier to me. I feel like you get more sausage out of it, and I just like the way it looks. Again, cutting it straight is cool, but I like the diagonal look. It's just how I'm traditionally used to making my seafood boils. You always want to cut at an angle. So we got that squared away, and that's all of our meat that we'll be having within our seafood bowl. So we have our shrimp, Dungeness crab, as well as our beef sausage. So again, clean it as we go, making sure we have it. And I always keep like a little plastic bag, Walmart bag. Y'all wonder what y'all do with the Publix bags, Target bags, just throw your trash it when you're cooking with. So that's our corn and vegetables. Again, I have the sauce we're moving along to. So we're going to cut up a medium onion, and I like to cut them in thin slices. You can cut them however you want. It's really your preference at this point. But I like when you cook it down how they're almost like in strips. And so when you're eating it with your seafood, it's just so good. It just changes the whole experience to me. So you get a little bit of that onion and you see how thin it is. It's just good. So that's like my best way to cut it. And you can use the whole onion or you can use half. I chose to use the whole medium-sized onion. And again, I almost tried to cut my nail. So be careful with those knives, ladies and gents, when you're cutting. Ginger, pink ginger is a key too. That's on the back of the B Love sauce too. It's just a suggestion. You can use that. It gives it just a different flair to the sauce. I use quite a bit, but then I think I scooped out quite a bit, but I decided to put a little bit less in this particular batch of sauce I was making because I wasn't using the whole one. And what you're going to do here is just gently slice the gingers because they come in strips like your normal sushi ginger. So you just cut that and put it to the side. And so I put that in the bowl with my onions. I won't necessarily be cooking them at the same time, but I just wanted to kind of sort all of my ingredients out. Oh, wine break. So we're going to move on over to the stove now. And again, we got our seasonings on the sides because we're going to add some more to our B Love sauce in a minute. So we have those things out and I'll talk through those. We're going to put our olive oil and grapeseed oil in the pan that we're using for our sauce. So I also like to put a little butter to the side. We'll be using that shortly. So we're getting our stuff heated and everything to make sure that our onions are going to be sauteing in the warm oil. So we got it hot now. We're testing it and it looks like we're ready to go. So we're going to drop those onions into the saucepan, and we got it going on right now. At this point, we waiting, get ready to whip it up. So we're scooping everything over, making sure that's good. So that's going to be the first thing that we cook to get, but we have to cook it down. So we want to make sure that our onions are separated and not clumped together. Just break them up if you have some tongs, a fork, a knife, spoon, whatever you have. Just break it up so you make sure that every part of that onion is going to get sauteed and cooked down. That's very important as we move forward with our sauce. So we just whipping it up, honey, basically covering our onions with the oil that we put in the pan prior, just cooking it through. So now we looked at it's cooking down. We're going to move on to our pot where we're going to put our seafood in: sausage, shrimp, Dungeness crabs, potatoes, corn. So we're going to go ahead and cut that stove up to high or almost high. And that's a peep at my seasonings again. We're going to put our obey in the water. So let me tell y'all, I do not measure. I just go by what's in like they say, the ancestors tell me what to do. I just do it till they tell me to stop. But I will say you don't have to go overboard with the oils in this particular area because, of course, this is just what we're boiling our seafood in. It's good too because it does pick up the flavor. However, if you don't want a whole lot of seasoning, you can just put all of that attention towards your sauce and you can pour it over your sauce or dip it, but we'll get into that. So if I put all my seasoning into the pot that we're going to put our seafood in along with our sausage, corn, and potatoes. So we're just putting a little salt, a little razzle dazzle in there, salt base, some pepper, some freshly ground pepper, and then we have, I know it's cayenne and I have some Tajín that I like to use. I love that. If y'all hadn't tried that on your fruit either, get you some. What you waiting on? And so we're going to use a little bit of water. I'm going to be honest, I did not measure either, but it is barely, like, I want to say maybe 1/4 cup of water. And then you see it steams up everything. This is important too because it loosens up all of the onions that cook to the pot. So we're going to also add our garlic. This is minced garlic in the jar, not fresh this time. Typically I do, but I just grabbed what we had today. So I put that in there. and we're going to swirl it around, you know, let it get all in there. So now we are going to add our B Love Smackalicious Sauce mix, mild. And so I think I got like a 1/4 because it's just me. Like I said, I don't need a whole lot. But when we do that, we're actually going to, before we do that, I should say, we're going to go ahead and drop our Dungeness crabs into the water mix. And so every little bit, all them little eggs, yep, they're going to get ate. Every last one of them. So we're going to put those in first, our corn, and I believe we're going to dump our potatoes in too because those take the longest to cook. So you want to put those in first. And some people prefer to put their corn and their potatoes in first before they even put their crabs in. Crab really doesn't take that long, but the Dungeness are a little bit thicker, so I like to take a little bit more time with those. If they were like crab legs, I wouldn't leave them in as long. I probably would put them in like with the shrimp or something. But what we're going to do now is move over to our saucepan. We're dumping our sweet peppers in there, the ones that we sliced up earlier, and we're going to mix them around in the garlic and onions. And then we are going to put our stick. Y'all, this was so funny because I was like, okay, a little bit here, a little bit here. And I was literally trying to decide, do I want to use the whole stick? What the heck, drop it. So we put that all in there. And that's going to help loosen our sauce up too down the line. I'm going to go ahead and drop some eggs in here as well. If anyone has never had eggs with their seafood boil, try it. It's so good when you dip it in your sauce. It's like, a lot of people don't do that. And some people I've heard have tried it but didn't like it. But I do know people that love it and won't eat them any other way. We're going to focus our attention to the sauce, whip it up a little bit, make sure we're good. Tap, tap, tap. And we're going to go ahead and move on to adding our sauce. So on the back of the sauce, she is wonderful. She gives us a recipe on how to use it. But of course, we can add what we want. And I said the pink ginger was something that could be added as well, but we'll get to that soon. I believe I used 1/4 cup of the B Love sauce. I didn't use a whole lot because I like to season it myself. But like we're saying, we're going to go ahead and add that ginger in now. And so notice it's a little dry, but the butter is going to loosen things up. But we're not finished yet. This is just the beginning. I think we need a little bit more garlic. I love garlic. It's so good. So we added some more to that. And it was delicious. And so I had lemon pepper seasoning too. We're going to add a little bit of it again. You can just use just the Smackalicious sauce and use the recipe on the back. And she does tell you the seasonings to add to it if you want. But I like to go by that, and I still like to add my own little razzle dazzle again to the situation. So I just added cayenne, garlic, lemon pepper, white pepper. That's a little oregano right now we're sprinkling in, and we're gonna stir it up. It looks very dry, but we ain't done yet. We ain't done. So we're gonna whip it up some more. It looks a little really thick right now. Add a little bit of salt. And that's one thing about B Love salt seasoning. It does not have salt in it, so you do have to add, if you want a little salt to it, you gotta add it. So Old Bay I added some tropical seasoning. I also added a little apple cider vinegar, and you gotta shake it up. Get that mother in there, honey, just a little bit. And then yes, cherry Pepsi. You can do Coke or cherry Coke, whatever, but I had cherry Pepsi, so I used what I had in there. I'm stirring that up, whipping it, so that's loosening it up, but we ain't finished yet. Taste it just to see what is missing. Oh, it's missing a little something. We want a little heat, so we threw a little bit more of that cayenne in there, baby. Stirring it up. So we got some of our Tajín as well. We want a little bit more zestiness to it. So whipping it. It's loosening up a little bit, but we ain't finished yet. So we're going to throw a little bit more of that cherry Pepsi in there. And I cannot wait to taste this. So yes, we got surprise, to break it up some more, we're going to put some chicken broth in there as well. You can use the low sodium if you feel like you're using too much seasoning of chicken broth, which is my preference actually. I think that might have been regular though, so I didn't use a whole lot. You can even cut it with water, guys. Whatever you want to, you can do. Whatever your taste buds go for, but the chicken broth really tastes good, so it still has a little bit of more flavor. I love it. So good. So we're going to let that simmer. for a little while, and we're gonna move on to our boil to see what's going on in the pot, honey. I thought I didn't need my big pot, but I should have probably pulled it out because this one was going in overload with the boil, but everything was in there. It fit well, so we just kind of had to do things in phases, I should say. So we have the corn, potatoes, and Dungeness crabs in there, and eggs. So we just testing to make sure the potatoes are soft. They're not right now, so we're gonna let it cook some more. Cooking it, let it boil, and see, make sure you're getting a really good boil too. So now we're at the point we can add our sausages. So we're gonna slide them in the pot too. And I was shocked, we had some room. So we put those in there and let them boil as well. So I think I had a few more, and we were just putting those in there. So we weren't ready for the shrimp just yet because our boil is not ready. The shrimp is the last thing you want to put in because it doesn't take so long to cook those, and you don't want them to cook too long because they get gummy. So we're going to go ahead and just stir in our sausage. Let it get in the middle or the center of the pot so it can really get boiled and cooked. And you can kind of move your stuff in your pot around to make sure everything's good. So we're simmering on that sauce, and now our pot is at a violet boil. So we're good with our Dungeness crabs. There's time to come on out, honey. So we're going to scoop them babies out of there. Scooping those Dungeness crabs out and putting them to the side. And I want to say shout out to my mom. She's the one that got them for me, and we live in the Gulf Coast where our family's there. So she got me some fresh Dungeness crabs. I think they didn't have many crab legs in the store, so she was able to get those for me. So I brought those back up here after a visit. So shout out to you, Mommy. Thank you for getting those for me. They were so good. So we scooping our corn and potatoes out too. They were ready. Oh, y'all, that corn had such a good crunch. So now at this point, we can dump the shrimp in there. Stir them around. Make sure that seasoning get up in there, honey. We still got our sausages in there. Everything's boiling. Got to get it to a high boil. So put that lid on there. Oh, what do we see? Oh, there's me. So what am I looking for, y'all? Ain't no telling. Oh, lemon. Yes, you got to have you a lemon. So we'll show you what we do with that a little bit later on. I think that's it. Yep. Bye. So now we're back, and we're gonna squeeze some. I think I squeezed all of the real lemon out, so I had to use my lemon juice to put in here, and that's a big hit in your sauce too. You want to put your little citrus in there. Some people use orange juice. You can use orange juice, lemon juice, lime juice, but I like lemon juice in mine. So you can stir that up. What am I doing now? I'm always doing something, y'all. Oh, putting the stuff back. That's very important. Clean as you go, y'all. Put your stuff up. So we're going to go ahead and move on to that shrimp and the sausage in there and see what's going on with that, baby. We don't want to overcook them shrimp. No, ma'am. Oh, the eggs can come out too. Oh, the shrimp are ready. Oh, we are scooping. And the sausage are ready. Let's get it. And I want to say we probably had those going for maybe max 10 minutes. If that. It does not take long at all for shrimp to cook. Sausages, we want to cook those for about 15 minutes or so. Let them boil. But again, remember our water is at high boil, so we should be good. And look at that, y'all. Ooh, look at that. We got the potato, sausages, corn, shrimp, those Dungeness crabs, eggs. Ooh, y'all, once more. Look at it again. Oh, I got to come out again. Y'all, they look so good. It was so good. Look at that. Are y'all hungry? Are y'all hungry? It looks amazing. I was so excited about this one, y'all. So let's get to it and see what else we're going to do next. So I guess I had to go in some more. So we're back, and we're going to dump that sauce on top of it. Now y'all can use either your dipper or you are a person that pour, you know how they do it, ketchup people. You dip it, or you got the people that pour it all over their fries. Honey, I'm one of those people that put it all over. So I want that sauce all up and through there, so I can dip it as I'm pulling it up. So that's what I did. I dumped that sauce on it, and y'all look at this seafood boil, baby. It is amazing. Yep, you can do it too.
Okay. Ooh, I look a mess, but I've been cooking, baby, on that stove today with this seafood boil. I have my pink lemonade. I have my water. And of course, I have our masterpiece of our seafood boil, baby. I cut up some lemons because I like pretty food. And I like a little, as BLove say, lemon rain on my seafood. Of course, I'm not going to eat all this, but I'm going to try. It won't happen, though. I know my hubby will be very happy for the leftovers. But I hope you guys enjoyed watching me put this together. I'm still learning as far as the visuals and how everything's supposed to go. I'm working with the camera. It is hard, y'all, to film and cook at the same time. And I'm trying to give y'all a little more better view of the food. It's hard though to cook this and get every image and everything while I'm cooking, but I did it. I did the best I could. So I appreciate you guys sticking and tagging along with me. And let me know that you made it to the end of this video. Put some shrimp, some lemon, corn, whatever, potatoes, whatever you see cooked today. Put that in the comments and let me know if y'all gonna try this. Y'all give it a thumbs up, thumbs down. That's fine. But let me know in the comments what you guys think, and to let me know that you guys made it all the way to the end. Put some shrimp, corn, make your own seafood boil in the comments to let me know that you guys got this far. And in the meantime, in between time, thank you all so much for viewing and spending time with me as I made my seafood boil. It's time to eat now, and I look forward to seeing you guys again next time. I would eat this on camera, but that would just be too mean. I know y'all want some. Go make you some and let me know if y'all like the recipe. I'm gonna put all of the ingredients and things that I use in the description below. No worries, your girl got you. So I will talk to y'all until next time. Thanks for taking on the seafood boil with your girl Tracie. Tracie takes on. See you next time.